Your savings account is making you poorer every single day, not because you're spending the money, but because your bank is stealing your wealth, legally. They call it a savings account, but it's actually a wealth transfer account from your pocket to theirs. Here's the darkest secret banks don't want you to know. Let me show you how this scam works. You put $10,000 in a savings account. Your bank pays you 0.45% interest annually. That's $45 per year. Congratulations, you made $45. But here's what they don't tell you. Inflation is running at 3.2% annually. That means your $10,000 loses $320 in purchasing power every year. You made $45. You lost $320. Net result, you're $275 poorer. And your bank? They took your $10,000 and loaned it out at 7% interest. They made $700 from your money. You made $45. They kept $655 of the profit generated by your own cash. That's not savings, that's legalized theft. But it gets worse, much worse. Banks pay you 0.45% on savings, but they charge 22% on credit cards. That's a 21.55% spread, the biggest profit margin in American business. Here's the sick genius. They use your savings account deposits to fund their credit card lending. Your money funds the loans that charge other people 22% interest. You get 0.45%, they keep 21.55%, and when people can't pay those credit cards, banks foreclose, repossess, and destroy lives, using money you thought was safely saving. Your savings account isn't just making you poor, it's funding a predatory lending machine. Let's talk about what this really costs you over time. Put $50,000 in a savings account at 0.45% interest. After 10 years, you'll have $52,250. Sounds good, right? Wrong. With 3% inflation, you need $67,196 to have the same purchasing power. You're short $14,946. Your savings lost you nearly $15,000. Meanwhile, if you'd put that same $50,000 in an S&P 500 index fund averaging 10% annually, you'd have $129,687. That's $77,437 more than the savings account. Your bank convinced you to choose the option that made you $77,000 poorer. Why? Because they make more money when you make less. But here's the most twisted part. They convinced you it's safe. At least your money is guaranteed. Guaranteed to lose value, maybe. They sell you on security, while systematically impoverishing you. It's like a slow-motion mugging that takes decades to complete. And the best part? You thank them for it. Thank you for keeping my money safe while you steal my purchasing power and use my deposits to exploit other people. Meanwhile, the wealthy put their money in investments, real estate, and assets that grow faster than inflation. They get richer. You get security. Guess who stays rich and who stays broke? This isn't an accident, it's by design. Banks need your deposits to fund their lending operations, but they don't want to pay you market rates for your money. So they created a culture of financial illiteracy. Investing is risky. The stock market is gambling. Just put it in savings where it's safe. They partner with schools to teach financial literacy that promotes savings accounts and warns against investing. They sponsor financial advisors who push conservative strategies that benefit banks, not you. They created an entire mythology around emergency funds and safe savings to keep money flowing into their low-interest accounts. The result? Americans keep $17 trillion in bank deposits, earning virtually nothing. $17 trillion funding bank operations while earning poverty returns. So what can you do? First, keep only 6 months of expenses in savings. That's your true emergency fund. Second, move everything else to high-yield online banks paying 4 to 5%. At least beat inflation. Third, learn to invest. Index funds, real estate, anything that grows faster than inflation and bank profits. Fourth, understand that inflation is a tax on cash. Holding cash long-term makes you poorer, guaranteed. And finally, stop thinking like a saver. Start thinking like an investor. The wealthy don't save money, they invest money. There's a difference. And that difference keeps you broke. Your savings account isn't keeping your money safe, it's keeping you poor. While you earn 0.45%, banks earn 7 to 22% with your money. While you worry about market risk, inflation destroys your purchasing power guaranteed. The biggest financial risk isn't losing money in investments. It's keeping money in savings accounts that guarantee you'll lose wealth every year. That's not financial security, that's financial enslavement with a savings account statement. Next week, we're exposing credit card rewards' darkest secret, and how free perks trap you in debt forever. Subscribe now. Because the only way to build wealth is to stop letting banks steal it.